This is the Fantasy Chairmen Podcast. Merry Christmas! Oh, it's Christmas! And as Dwight says, that is Christmas.
Yes, it is.
Love that Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Carol of the Bells.
Yes.
One of my favorite hype Christmas songs of all time.
Is there another hype Christmas song out there?
There's plenty.
Okay.
But that one is the most hype.
Not like Shredtacular, though?
That's like Fantasy Football Championship Week and Christmas. Okay. All in one.
I like that.
Is what the Trans-Siberian Orchestra, Carol of the Bells. Fantasy Chairmen Podcast Week 16. I am Ben.
I'm Alex.
And it's Championship Week. Woo, woo! Championship Week is here. We made it. Just think. It's been a long road.
Remember the beginning of the year when we weren't even sure if we'd get 4 games into the season?
Yeah, we were making contingency plans to dole out championships based off
and look
points
at us.
Or whatever.
Look where we are now.
Week 16.
Look where we're at.
Good job, NFL.
Who would have thought?
Look at us.
Look at us.
Look at us. Some Paul Rudd style.
Look at us.
Look at us. Who'd have thought?
Who'd have thought that?
Not me. Oh, that's one of my favorite gifts.
Oh,
Paul
man.
Rudd. Not me. Who'd have thought? Oh, man. Well, we'll talk a little championships and all that good stuff. But first, you wanna hit them with a little bit of news, Alex?
Get a little news rolling.
And now it's time for your NFL news.
All right, some critical news here for your championship lineups. And there are a number of different games that are going to be played, not just on Sunday. We're talking, there's a Friday game.
There's a Christmas Day Friday game.
There's a Christmas Day Friday game.
No Thursday game.
There are some Saturday games.
There's 3 Saturday games.
There are Sunday games.
Yeah, that's true.
And a Monday game.
Correct.
So you guys out there need to be monitoring your fantasy lineups throughout the week even more diligently than you probably have before, because
Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Things are going to be changing rapidly, and you got to be out there being ready to snatch up waiver wire people, adjust your lineup to get you that championship gold.
That's right. And with this Christmas Friday game, the NFL will have had a game played on every day of the week this year.
That's wild. That is wild. So first bit of news, Ezekiel Elliott was a surprise inactive on Sunday. Enter Tony Pollard, who turned out to be number 1 fantasy running back on the week.
Jumping on the Pollard Express.
Oh, yeah.
Delivering Christmas presents to everybody that picked him up and started him. Oh, yeah. Hot chocolate on the Pollard Express.
Oh, my gosh.
It's a Christmas episode, Alex, and I'm hyped.
This is panning out perfectly.
It just works.
Works. So, from what I had heard, apparently Ezekiel Elliott on Saturday said he felt a tug on his calf, which means that it got worse as the week went on. So there is a very real possibility that Zeke might not be playing this week. So if that's the case and nobody picked up Tony Pollard and he's out there on your waiver wire, go and get him. And if Zeke does not start Tony Pollard. Yeah, you're starting Tony Pollard.
Tony Pollard. If Zeke doesn't start, you're starting Tony Pollard.
And even if Zeke is active out there, Tony Pollard might be a flex play. Just because, they might not give Zeke a whole lot of workload.
That's true.
It could be more of a half and half split.
If you're talking for a championship game, I don't know. I don't know that I'd want to rely on that. But
just something to think about, people. Next bit of news: Stephon Diggs hurt his foot in the win for the Buffalo Bills last week or this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
Initial looks at it, it looked bad. He got carted to the locker room.
That was weird.
But after some analysis of his foot, it's not considered serious at all, but something that you want to keep an eye on.
Just in case something flares up in practice or whatever.
And if Stephon Diggs is out, Gabriel Davis might be a pivot option, or John Brown if he is activated off the IR list. So something to watch.
He even can.
I'm not sure if they can or can't.
I'm not sure where he's at.
I can't remember when he went on, but something to watch. Next bit. Jeff Wilson Jr. has a hamstring injury. Looks like his availability for this next week is in definite question now. Raheem Mostert aggravated his ankle, and it sounds like he's going to be shut down for the rest of the year.
Yeah, Kyle Shanahan this morning came out and said that he is done for the season.
So if both those guys are a no-go, then you're looking at the likes of Tevin Coleman or
Jerick McKinnon.
Man, week 16, are you even considering trusting one of those guys?
I really don't want to.
I don't either. That's a scary deal.
There's likely to be value there just with the running back and Kyle Shanahan offense, but Tevin Coleman has not looked good in the few reps that he has gotten. Jerick McKinnon just completely disappeared off the radar.
Yeah, after having some excellent weeks and then all of a sudden just gone.
Yeah, in the games where you thought it's a smash Jerick McKinnon week and then didn't do anything for you. So I personally would not want to rely on them. But.
Next bit. Cam Akers is going to be out week 16 with a high ankle sprain. This sucks for a lot of people out there that have been stashing Cam Akers. So hoping they'd have him for a week 16 championship run. So now you're looking at the likes of either Darrell Henderson or Malcolm Brown. I would assume Darrell Henderson would probably get most of the work.
Yep.
With a little Malcolm Brown sprinkled in there. So if Darrell Henderson's out there on the waiver wire, go snatch him up.
Yep.
Clyde Edwards-Helaire went down, and it looked like he essentially did the splits.
Oh, it did not look pleasant.
Had to be helped off the field. Could barely put any weight on his leg that he had injured, but after an analysis of the injury there, it looks like it's not near as bad, but the Chiefs are going to be cautious with him and keep him out for the rest of the regular season and hopefully have him back by playoff time. And it was a high ankle and a hip injury.
Yeah.
So got lucky, essentially.
It was a twofer, but luckily it wasn't a twofer. Terrible.
Devastating injury. So
terrible twofer.
So Clyde Edwards-Helaire won't be able to play him in week 16.
Le'Veon Bell
if he's
pivot. If he's out on waivers.
Something to consider. The thing, though, that scares me.
Volume's going to go up, but the Chiefs don't have to run the ball.
Yeah, and they haven't been really. That's the thing. So another risky play, but something to keep an eye on out there. Matt Stafford was questionable all week long, ended up playing and played all right, and sounds like he's going to be questionable for this entire week as well. But I mean, if I had to bet, I think he's going to play.
Darrell Bevel said that basically it's going to be kind of the same situation as last week going into this week, and that then he was asked about shutting Stafford down for the remainder of the season and just saying, hey, you're done. Bevel responded with, that's come into consideration. He's like, but I don't know that Matt's going to let us do that. So
yeah.
So we all know how tough Matt Stafford is. And
I think he's a free agent this next year. Or is he a restricted free agent?
Stafford?
Yeah. I can't remember.
Yeah. I don't know. I think he still has a little bit more time, I thought. But anyway, something to keep an eye on if you've been relying on Matt Stafford.
Yeah.
Likely not a championship team if you have, but maybe you were streaming him.
Well, his availability definitely helps the likes of Marvin Jones and DeAndre Swift and TJ Hawkinson.
For sure.
Something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, if you got to the championship in spite of Hawkinson's poor performance this last week.
Yes.
I mean, typically Stafford helps the Hawkstrap's performance.
He does. And then the last bit of news I got here, Keenan Allen. So he was questionable. Didn't look like he was expected. In fact, the team said they were not expecting him to play on the Thursday night game. Thursday afternoon, or actually an hour before during warmups, Keenan Allen and Mike Williams, both these guys weren't deemed that they were going to play. Both deemed active for the game. Mm-hmm. Keenan Allen does hardly nothing to the bane of fantasy owners that started him out there, which Ben was one of them.
All over the place.
Just barely got anything. And, I mean, he just looked hurt out there. He should not have been out there, honestly. I think it was more of a... he's
a decoy.
He's a decoy disguise out there, and it was very apparent that he should not have been out there. So keep an eye on him. If they deem him out for the week, Mike Williams might be a pivot.
Yeah.
Tyron Johnson, Jalen Guyton, if you're getting real deep there, but just some other options possibly with Justin Herbert playing well.
Yeah. Yep. Very true. Tyron Johnson, man.
Mm-hmm. All right, that's all I got for news.
Almost thought about pivoting to him in a few leagues last week, and then I did.
Keenan Allen said, "Don't bench me."
Yeah, he did. Oh.
Which he should have.
That's so sad. Anyway, it's not time to be sad. It's Christmas, and it's championships.
Yes, it is.
Championships, Alex.
Championships.
And you know what? I've got some words for you, buddy.
Oh, yeah?
I've got some words for you. Because, you know, we started out with our big league, the Game of Zones, the League of Origin. The name of the league was Alex Will Lose when we first started. And then in the second year, it was Alex Will Lose again.
Yes.
And for 4 years in a row, you got second place.
Yes.
And in the Dynasty League, you are still Emperor Palpatine.
Oh, yeah.
And we're all still cheering for you to lose in the Dynasty League, going up against Chance.
When did you do that?
We want Chance to bring you down.
Unlimited power.
We want Chance to bring you down. But you know what?
I do have a stacked lineup in the Dynasty, I will say.
Yes, absolutely. Unlimited power. But you know what, Alex? I'm giving it to you. I'm giving it to you this year. You're going to go in there. League of Origin. Yeah. It's been 10 years, and you have never won.
Never.
You started out 1-5. 1-5 in this league, and you crawled your way back.
I scraped.
You won. You beat Chance by less than a point. It was maybe a little more than a point.
Just hairs on my chinny chin chin.
Barely, and survived Devontae Adams. And had you lost, you wouldn't have even been in the playoffs.
Oh, yeah.
And then you went through, and you won your playoff matchups. And last night you survived Chase Claypool, not doing a whole lot. You were getting a steak dinner from Jeff. Yeah! In the side bet. And you made it to the ship again! You're back, buddy! You're back!
It's been a long time since I've been back here.
And guess what? You're playing Chance in this championship too.
My goodness.
And he's got a juggernaut of a team.
I feel like I'm going up against Thanos myself.
But
you're better than that.
You've always been better than that. And I've cheered for you to lose for 10 years. But this year, I'm pulling for you. The Fantasy Chairmen Podcast. You're taking home a ship this year.
Oh my gosh.
Let's do it.
You're getting me jacked.
You're better than
That's
that.
right, Rocky. You tell him.
Oh,
so get in there, Alex. And you take down Chance in the League of Origin.
To get my first
ever championship in the League of Origin. You can do it. I believe in you. I hope Chance beats you in the Dynasty League, though.
Oh, man.
There you go.
Not gonna lie. Gave me some goosebumps there. That's good stuff, man. Got me hyped for this championship week.
That's right.
Oh, my gosh.
Chance, I apologize, but
Avengers Assemble!
I apologize to you, Chance, but I'm cheering for Alex this year.
And it is no joke. Chance's team is the juggernaut of the league.
Absolutely.
I looked at his scores all week long. I don't think he's scored lower than 110 points all year. So it is.
No, it's definitely a juggernaut of a team. He's relied on some rookies.
Oh, my gosh.
That came out swinging all season long.
We're talking Ayuk, Justin Jefferson, Antonio Gibson.
He's the high scorer in the league by over 200 points.
So I am literally going against Thanos.
Yep. And you got to take him down. You might have to Iron Man your way into this thing. And
if I have to, I will.
I
will snap my soul into
oblivion in order to take him down.
I'll do it. I will do it.
But I'm pulling for you. I'm pulling for you this year.
Oh, man. Thank you.
That
means a lot because this is probably no joke. This is no joke, folks listening. This is the one year that I think I can ever remember that Ben has cheered on for me in the big league championship.
I've never cheered for Alex to win.
He never has.
The reason that league was named Alex Will Lose was me.
Yes, it was.
Because I won and I got to name the league and named it Alex Will Lose again. So,
and let me tell you something. I know that I have said that I will rain terror down upon you if I do win this league with the name of the league. But you know what? If I win it, I'm going to be a gracious victor.
Hey.
I will not.
That's it. I like it.
I will be a gracious victor.
You can call it something about Matt, like Squatch will fall or something. You know.
I might think about that.
Yeah, you could do something like that. That'd be
It can't be in vain.
That'd be good. Hey, championships, they're meant to be won.
And for anyone out there going out and it just looks dire against your championship, or you just need that confidence booster, that little bit right there.
That speech was for you, too.
That speech was for all of you. That little Avengers bit right there. That's for all of you out there as well.
Yep.
Because we want you listeners of the Fantasy Football Podcast.
The Fantasy?
I'm sorry, I'm all jacked up from that music.
Fantasy Chairmen Podcast.
The Fantasy Chairmen Podcast. We want you all to bring it home this year, guys. This year especially.
Merry Christmas. Win a championship.
Fantasy.
It's a fantasy.
I'm all jacked.
I know. I got.
I want to go run through some walls.
I got you fired up there.
Oh my goodness,
man. Hey, we're in the championship of the Deadeye Dynasty League.
Yeah,
going up in the Deadeye Dynasty, hosted by Deep Dive.
And I tell you what, it was a hard-fought battle. It came close. I was a little nervous at a certain point in the week looking at it.
Well, I was as well. You know, Mike Davis didn't. 8.1 points, and
it made me a little nervous.
It was Robbie Anderson only got us 4 points. Teddy Bridgewater 15.92. Yeah, it was after the Thursday game there.
It was not looking good.
That was a Saturday game. Yeah, after that Saturday night game, it was like, okay, this is not good.
Yeah.
This is getting scary.
Ben Roethlisberger, 5 points.
Yeah. Ugh. But we overcame, and we won.
And we are in the ship.
DeAndre Hopkins, thank you.
We mortgaged some
J.D. McKissick, thank you. Yeah, we did. We mortgaged some future picks to get Christian McCaffrey and Mike Davis in there.
Which we have not been. I am so hoping we get to use McCaffrey this week.
I pray. I hope and I pray that we can.
And I don't care if they say he's going to be ultra limited. We are firing him up.
We're going up against Jay Hart's team in this one, and he put up a massive point total of 194 points this last week. But you know what? We're going in there. We're going to take it down. Thank you, Deep Dive Fantasy Football, for hosting this great Dynasty League. We're going to take home the hardware and the winnings.
That's what we're planning on
doing. Let's do it. I made it into my family league championship.
Oh man, you were tilting hard on that.
I was really tilting hard. My dad's team was a juggernaut all season long, and so going up against him this week was very, very scary. This would have been the first year, and I was on the brink of not even getting in the playoffs this year in this league. It's wild. We have some wild scoring, massive starting roster, and all this stuff. But this would have been the first year I would not have been in the championship. And team came out, pulled through. I held on to Lamar Jackson, who's had a resurgence, and got me back into the ship.
I like it.
Going up against my mom, who was on the toilet bowl trophy. Her name has been on that trophy for 3 years in a row, and she made it to the championship. So congrats to you. Madre.
You're there.
You're in the championship with me, who's been in that championship for 4 straight years now. All right. Any other championships that we're in here, Alex?
I don't think so. We're both in a number of them, though. So
I'm in a happy fun time league, and I'm crawling and scraping trying to get my way to the number 1 record here, but it might be a little too far out of reach. I'm sitting in the number 3 spot, but that one, there's no playoffs or championship. It just goes whoever has best record gets the money. But I think it might be a little too far out of reach, but I'm shooting for second at least. Mm-hmm. So let's go. Happy fun time. Happy fun time. All right.
Well, shall we get into the playoff preview?
Championship.
Had a couple people ask me about why our podcasts have been run a little long as of late, and I explained to them that, these playoffs, we want to try and give you guys as much information as we can, and in some of these matchups where we have kind of questionable starts on some players, Ben and I are kind of bouncing off, so, some would you rather plays.
Yep.
To try and help you to see if maybe you have that exact question that we're bouncing off each other. So
exactly.
I know we're running a little long than we normally have during the regular season. We try to keep it to just an hour, and then the off season, we'll go a little bit long. We're going to try and dive into some information for a pre-draft process. Once this season is done, we'll kind of move towards Dynasty talk a little bit.
We'll jump into Dynasty, maybe do some award show type things for that stuff.
But we want to try and get you guys as much information as we can and let you know kind of our thought process and what we were thinking. So
yeah, I like it. This also is episode 20 of the Fantasy Chairmen Podcast here. Not including our League Note episodes or the Sasquatch Square Off.
Okay, all right.
Stuff, but episode 20 of this main podcast here.
This main podcast for our first official year out to you folks.
That's right. Of the relaunch.
The relaunch.
That's right. Be looking for bigger, better things coming from the Fantasy Chairmen Podcast. Alex, let's get into the preview. All right. Well, last week our jackpot matchup was the Panthers and the Packers. Not exactly the jackpot that we were hoping for. The Packers jumped out to like a 21-3 lead real quick in the first quarter, and then they basically just kind of shut it down and just kept playing defense. And Panthers didn't exactly do a whole lot. DJ Moore tore it up.
Yeah.
Had himself a good game. Had a bunch of targets, like 11 or so receptions for like 190 yards.
He did.
It was pretty good. Maybe it was 160 yards. But
and Teddy Bridgewater, he just seemed off that game. He was very underwhelming that game. So
yeah,
it was
a little disappointing. Devontae Adams, if you had Devontae Adams, man, it was a bad time for him to have a bad week. I will say that. That's Aaron Jones came through for you.
He had a good game.
And man,
Tunyon had a touchdown.
Yeah, Tunyon's
and
solid,
Aaron Rodgers.
man.
I mean, it wasn't a week-winning week, but 18 points.
Yeah.
I'll take that. I mean, that's
pretty solid.
It's a heck of a lot better than what some other quarterbacks.
I mean, that's a good floor. That's a really good floor to have. That's the ceiling for some quarterbacks.
Yeah, exactly.
So thank you, Aaron Rodgers, for doing what you've done all season long. Thank you, Devontae Adams, for doing what you've done all season long. But we needed you. In the semifinal, man. And I got hit hard in this league that I commissioned. I was trying to dynasty league, deep dynasty league. Got hit hard. I had Keenan Allen. Had Devontae Adams. Rough. Julio Jones got ruled out, so I had to start Tim Patrick. He had a terrible week, and it was rough. I was not able to overcome in that one, so I will be fighting for third place in that league. But that's just the way the cookie crumbles. That's the way the cookie crumbles sometimes.
How it goes sometimes.
Is what it is. But let's get into championship preview here, Alex, and starting with the Christmas game. Merry Christmas. We've got the Minnesota Vikings and the New Orleans Saints on tap for you.
Yes, we are.
Saints going to be without Michael Thomas again as he is on IR. They are saving him for their playoff run.
Yes, they are.
Their actual NFL football playoff run, not fantasy playoff run.
Had Drew Brees come back, he kind of looked rusty.
Oh, yeah.
He looked rusty.
That he did, especially that first quarter.
Yeah.
I mean, man, he started.
First time in his career ever that he did not complete his first five pass attempts.
Yeah, he went 0 for 5 on his first 5, and that was the first time he's ever done that. Pretty rough, but Alvin Kamara looking good. Doing Alvin Kamara things.
It didn't look good at the beginning, but he started, he picked it up. So.
I think it went as Breeze went.
Yep.
Kind of the Saints as a whole just kind of went as Breeze went there.
Going up against these Vikings, I don't think there's a more smash play out there.
No, yeah, the Vikings defense is not good.
Maybe Derrick Henry going up against the Packers, but
oh yeah.
I mean,
Derrick Henry just gonna Derrick Henry.
Yes.
He had like 140 yards and a touchdown, and it still felt disappointing. Going up against the Detroit Lions.
I don't know who was disappointed, but you shouldn't have been.
When he goes off for 200 yards the week before. No,
greedy people.
It's just crazy that's how it feels, though. I mean, going up against that terrible of a defense.
It's true.
Derrick Henry went off for 200 yards the week before. I digress. Anyway, for the Saints, start Alvin Kamara.
Oh, yeah.
I think Drew Brees could be a pickup option to play going up against the Vikings here. Emmanuel Sanders could be a good flex play with no Michael Thomas. I believe Traquan Smith was injured in the last game too. I don't know if he's going to be out or if his availability is going to be in doubt this week. But Jared Cook was disappointing.
He was, but I think that had a lot to do with Drew Brees having the rust.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting a bounce back performance from Jared Cook in this game.
Okay. I like it. Other than that, probably nobody else really. Latavius Murray.
I wouldn't. Not in your championship.
Not in a championship game. That's for sure.
No.
On the Vikings side of the ball, start Justin Jefferson, start Adam Thielen, start Dalvin Cook. Everybody else, I'm saying,
Kirk Cousins could be a streaming possibility if you see this being a shootout, but I don't know.
The Saints defense is pretty darn good, but Cousins he's been pretty solid, so there's worse options out there, but I would rather play Drew Brees over Kirk Cousins this week.
All right, next.
I think.
Yeah, I would.
Okay. Not alone. I'm not alone. I just checking with you. All right, go ahead.
Next matchup, we got the Buccaneers playing the Lions on the first Saturday game here. Buccaneers side of the ball, Leonard Fournette, really disappointing until he tumbled into the end zone twice for two 1-yard touchdowns. So if you're feeling real lucky, you could roll him out there. But, man, if you got a better option, I would pivot. I know the Lions are a juicy matchup, but, man, Fournette just did not look good.
Yeah, and you gotta pay attention to Ronald Jones, see if he's going to be back this week. I think
that as well. Yeah,
if Ronald Jones is back, then absolutely you stay away from Fournette.
Yep,
you play Ronald Jones.
Yes. Tom Brady, you're definitely starting him.
Yep.
Mike Evans.
Yep.
Chris Godwin for sure. Antonio Brown could be a flex option. He caught a deep bomb.
I think so.
For a touchdown.
I think Tom Brady trying to get into playoff form here. So,
And then Gronkowski, he's always a start at the tight end option.
For sure.
He's top 10 tight end choice every week. And that's about it for the Buccaneers. On the Lions side of the ball, like we talked about, if Matt Stafford is starting, I feel good about Marvin Jones.
Yep.
And T.J. Hawkinson, I feel a lot better about those guys.
Yeah.
DeAndre Swift, I'm starting kind of regardless of who the quarterback is, more than likely at this point.
With that, for sure.
Kind of a tough matchup with Buccaneers run defense, but I think Swift can still get it done.
Likely going to have to play catch up in this one too. I think.
Outside of that, I don't know anybody else I'm really starting with confidence.
Nobody.
The Lions.
Nobody else on the Lions that I would want to start with confidence.
If Stafford does not play for some reason, look to pivot off of Marvin Jones. TJ Hawkinson, I probably would still start.
I think you just kind of have to with Hawkinson now. Mm-hmm. I mean, a real bad game this last week, but he's been getting hefty target share.
Yes.
So, regardless of quarterback. All right, we got San Francisco 49ers against the Arizona Cardinals, and these games are all on Saturday, by the way. Buccaneers and Lions in the morning. Niners and Cardinals at 1:30 p.m. Pacific time on Saturday. And George Kittle might be back. Sounds like George Kittle could play this week.
Sounds like he's got a good shot.
If George Kittle is playing, you start him.
Yeah, I don't care how long he's been out, you start him.
If for whatever reason he's sitting out on your waiver wire right now, go pick him up.
Quickly.
Go pick him up tonight. Get him in your lineup if he is going to be starting. Brandon Ayuk, definitely fire him up. Sounds like Nick Mullins is going to be needing to have surgery on his elbow.
Yep, so it's going to be CJ Beathard starting.
Yep, Beathard. I think regardless, you still start Brandon Ayuk, though, and George Kittle. I mean, Beathard and Kittle we've seen an actual connection with, and I think Shanahan's game plan right now is just get the ball to Ayuk and let him do what he do.
Yep.
So that's kind of what the game plan is there. Kendrick Bourne had a fluky Hail Mary touchdown catch. I wouldn't be trusting it, although the Cardinals' defense has been pretty bad.
I would not do it.
With Beathard there, I'm not trusting it, especially in championships.
Yep.
So stay away from Bourne. Running backs, like we kind of talked about, Tevin Coleman, Jerick McKinnon, I personally am wanting to just stay away from it. Like, I don't want to take the shot on either of those guys because they could – I can't remember the name of the rookie running back that they have there, but they could activate him and potentially get him in the mix as well. Hasty, JaMychal Hasty.
JaMychal. Can't remember if he's hurt or not.
JaMychal Hasty. But I'm staying away. So
yeah, unless you hear Kyle Shanahan come out and definitively say he will be our starter, I don't want to risk it.
Well, even then, man, he's come out and he said that sort of thing before, and then it was the other one that had the
That's true. Shanahan
game-winning week.
Shenanigans,
exactly. Cardinals side of the ball, Kyler Murray back to doing Kyler Murray things. Mm-hmm. DeAndre Hopkins back to doing DeAndre Hopkins things.
Yes, sir.
That route tree's open back up again, and Kyler's running again. Love it. Chase Edmonds, I mean, pay attention to the injury reports there for Kenyon Drake and Chase Edmonds, because people were making it sound like Kenyon Drake was a little banged up maybe, and Chase Edmonds was like a game-time decision. Didn't sound like he was going to play, and then came out and, to me, looked pretty good.
He looked spry.
He did.
He had like 18 touches. And
I know,
exactly. I mean, for somebody that sounded doubtful all week long and then game day active and then goes out there, he looked good. So he could be a flex option for sure. And if Kenyon Drake's out, smash Chase Edmonds.
Smash him. For sure. But, both could potentially be deep flex options if they both play. But just pay attention to the injury reports there.
I am going to be dealing with this exact question anyways.
Yeah, you are. Dan Arnold.
I think he's a dart throw.
He continues to get it done.
Yeah.
Now the last several weeks.
He's a streaming option. I mean, I know it's against the 49ers, but I mean, you're looking outside of the top 5 tight end options, you're looking for touchdown or bust.
Yeah.
Outside of Kelsey, well, there's no more Kittle. Well, if Kittle's here this
Kittle
week,
be back.
Kittle's here. So Kelsey, Kittle, Waller, Andrews,
Hawkinson.
I'd put Tunyon in there.
Yeah, I'd put Tunyon in there too.
Outside of those 5 guys, you were looking for touchdown or bust. And Dan Arnold, he's getting looks.
Yeah.
He's getting looks. You could do worse.
You absolutely could. So anybody else there kind of staying away from?
Stay away from all the secondary.
Larry Legend caught a touchdown.
Christian Kirk, stay away.
But, yeah, not touching those guys.
Nope. Next matchup, the Saturday night matchup, we got the Dolphins going up against the Raiders. Mm-hmm. Dolphins side of the ball. This last Sunday, they had Gesicki, Parker. DeAndre Parker? Or no, Devontae Parker. DeVonta Parker. Devontae Parker and Jakeem Grant all ruled out for that Sunday game.
Yeah.
So they were hoping that they can get at least a few of them back for the Saturday game here. So keep an eye on all three of those guys. Watch their practice reports. Savon Ahmed had a great game.
Man.
Which it kind of sounded like he would be limited going into the game as well, and then he just goes out there and has 20-plus touches.
Yeah,
wild.
120 yards. And
lots of mind games going into these last weeks with coaches.
Oh, there's a lot of misdirection being laid out there right now.
So, Myles Gaskin's still on the COVID-19 list. If he is deemed out for this week, you are definitely starting up Savon Ahmed.
Yeah, for sure.
If Gaskin comes back, how do you feel about Ahmed then?
Less confident.
Much less confident? Like flex, like dart throw flex or what?
I mean, I personally, if Gaskin's back, I personally wouldn't start him just because you don't know. You know what I mean? I mean, you could take a desperation flex throw, like dart throw flex play on him, I guess, but I would not.
If Gaskin practices and is deemed active, start him. I know it's a little scary, unknown, what he's going to look like, but just Raiders have a terrible rush defense.
Yeah,
or
for
run
sure.
defense. So
for sure. I mean, I don't know. I guess if the other, if Parker, Gesicki, and Grant are all limited or inactive again, then Gaskin and Ahmed could probably get played. I mean, Breida had 86 yards in this game
It's true.
with Ahmed getting 120. So there is a world where Gaskin and Ahmed could be good. So just pay attention to who's active there and who's not.
Lynn Bowden could be a possibility. Just keep an eye on the rest of the people. He didn't really do a whole lot this week, even with all those guys out, but the Raiders' defense is not really that great. So something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I think he could be kind of a secondary flex play type of thing if the other guys are all out.
Raiders side of the ball. So Derek Carr went out last Thursday with a groin injury, and enter Marcus Mariota, and he played excellent. He played excellent.
Boom, Mariota.
Didn't get the win, but he played really well. I mean, he was rushing the ball, lots of runs. So
we saw Heisman Mariota out there.
We did. So, and with the Dolphins' defense is much better than what the Chargers are from last week. So
that's true.
Might keep Mariota in check a little bit if he does get the start. I know Carr says he's going to try and make it back for this game, but I don't see it happening.
I don't think that's going to happen.
So, Raiders side of the ball, you're starting Josh Jacobs if he's deemed active. I think he got nicked up a little bit in the game, but he should be all right.
I think he'll be playing.
Darren Waller for sure.
Absolutely.
Nelson Aguilar could be a possible
flex
play.
Aguilar had so many opportunities in the last game, and we talked about it, but he just got held on 3 different plays where he would have otherwise been wide open. 2 of those were in the end zone.
Yep.
So, they were
it wasn't like a ticky-tack. It was a blatant, the defender knew he was beat and just grabbed jersey and held on to him.
And it happened to him 3 or even 4 times.
Yep.
So, and that was with Mariota in there. I think we saw it happen once or twice with Carr still in there, but when Mariota came in, this same thing happened, and Mariota had targeted him on those plays, but just got held in check. And so he gave you a floor game, but Aguilar, he's been getting it done regularly.
Henry Ruggs was out for this game. Keep an eye on him. He might come back. If he is back, it might lower Aguilar's floor a little bit, but at the same time, it could open up the top for him. If Ruggs takes off the top, that opens up the middle of the field for Aguilar, and Aguilar is still a deep play as well. I mean, they kind of I feel like with Ruggs there, they kind of bounce back and forth between each other, like who's going to take the deep shot.
Yep.
And Aguilar catches those deep balls. So
most of the time, it's Aguilar too. So
could be kind of a sneaky shootout game. We'll see though.
Yep, for sure. Next one, we got the New York Giants taking on the Baltimore Ravens. New York Giants defense been pretty stout.
They have been.
You gotta maybe temper expectations for your Ravens here, but I mean, you're starting Lamar Jackson, who has had a resurgence, looking a little bit more like the 2019 Lamar Jackson nowadays, which is nice to see. Mark Ingram, I imagine, is going to be a healthy scratch again. He was a healthy scratch this last week. So, J.K. Dobbins, I think you feel good about firing up J.K. Dobbins. Gus Edwards, same thing. I think you can start him in a flex.
Like you said, though, I would temper expectations
Going
on
up
both of
against
those
the
guys.
Giants.
The Giants they've actually been playing really well against the run this year.
They have.
As of late, anyways.
Mark Andrews, definitely firing him up in your tight end spot. And then Marquise Brown, pay attention to if, what's his name, Bradbury, the corner for the Giants, is going to be playing or not. He's kind of been a solid shutdown corner for New York all season long. If Bradbury plays, then I'm not very confident in Hollywood. But I mean, he's been getting it done the last 4 weeks in a row now. He didn't get a touchdown this last week, but he got 6 receptions for 98 yards, man. I mean,
maybe they're just him and
I think
Lamar
we're
just linking up. They're finally kind of meshing on the same
I
page.
think we're getting a little bit of the resurgence. They're kind of going back to what they were this last year. So Marquise Brown, kind of a low-end flex play there, but has the potential to boom for you as well. Giants side of the ball, is Daniel Jones, he's probably not going to be back, do you think? Going up?
I don't see them trying to rush him back,
I don't
especially
really
with the Giants.
think-
I mean, there's no reason to.
I don't really think
especially if they think he's the franchise quarterback that they want to invest in. I don't think there's a reason to, especially.
I mean,
Colt McCoy's been getting it done.
They are still in the division hunt for the NFC East here, so that's
true.
I mean,
I haven't seen anything on Daniel Jones. People, they haven't practiced yet this week, so we'll get first practice reports next week. For
next week, you mean tomorrow?
Or tomorrow, yeah. For this week, tomorrow.
Yes.
For the people that aren't playing on Friday and Saturday, so.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not feeling good about any Giants really in this one going up against the Ravens defense. Wayne Gallman had been getting it done for a while, but we saw him get shut down against Cleveland this last Sunday night. And, I mean, Evan Ingram in a tight end spot just based off volume and targets alone, if you don't have one of those other guys that we listed earlier.
Yep.
But then, yeah, other than that, I mean, I'm not feeling good about Sterling Shepard.
Not really. Not confident
Darius
at all in
Slayton,
any
of those guys going up in this one. So
I would pivot off of them.
Championship week, I'd be staying away from Giants completely if I can.
Next matchup, we got Falcons going up against the Chiefs on the Falcons side of the ball. This could be another shootout here with the Falcons trying to keep up with the Chiefs offense. Falcons side of the ball, Julio did not play this last week, still has that injury that's been hampering him over the last couple of weeks, that hamstring injury. Haven't seen anything that he is going to be a go for this week, but we'll see. If Julio plays, or if Julio is deemed active, are you playing him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, I think you have to. I mean,
That's true.
you know, I think you just
I have him in
to.
my Dynasty League, and my team's loaded. I have lots of other options, but Julio is, man, he's a game changer. Yeah. The Empire is strong in that league.
Ugh.
So, here, let me ask you a question then for this. Julio Jones or, well, let me get my lineup here real quick that I have in some of my flex options here.
Okay.
Just to ask you what you would do.
I'll tell you what I would do.
You'd start Julio?
In most cases.
How about Julio Jones or Tony Pollard if Zeke sits?
Oh, boy. I'd probably go Tony Pollard in that situation.
Julio Jones or DeAndre Swift?
I'd go Julio there.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, my other wide receivers that I have in right now are Tyreek Hill and DK Metcalf, so
Well,
you're not going to start
there.
those guys.
Yeah.
Not going to drop any of them.
No, you're not.
Or bench them. And then Kamara and Eckler. So That's what I'm looking at.
Although the Seahawks are making me nervous, and they are playing the Rams this week. So
that's true.
So DK.
Championship week, I am not sitting DK Metcalf, all right?
No, you're not. No, you're not.
No way. And neither are you, people.
No.
Neither are you.
No, you're not.
Don't do that.
90% of the time, I'm playing Julio.
So keep an eye on Julio. He is a game changer. Obviously, it's just that hamstring injury can pop up at any point.
You feel better about Matt Ryan if Julio's in there too.
Definitely.
We saw
much better.
Yeah, we saw Matt Ryan actually play pretty well without Julio this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of fell apart again in the fourth-ish quarter, kind of in the third quarter there, and then Tom Brady did what he does against the Falcons.
Yep,
comes from behind a 3-point or a three-score deficit and beats them. Falcon's gonna Falcon. Calvin Ridley, fire him up.
Yep, Calvin Ridley, fire him up. Russell Gage could be a sneaky little flex play.
Had a darn good game this last week, man.
He could be a sneaky little flex play. Falcons running backs, I'm not starting any of them.
None of them. Stay
Ito
away.
Smith, Todd Gurley, Brian Hill, none of them. Ito Smith just got deemed as the lead back for this committee. Stay away from all of them, people. You don't want to bank on this backfield.
Saw Hayden Hurst have a good game this last week, but if I can, I'm trying to stay away from him.
Yes.
If Julio's in there, then it actually helps Hayden Hurst too, in my opinion, and from what we've seen this season.
Yes.
If Julio's out, I probably want to stay away from Hayden Hurst.
Chiefs side of the ball.
You already know.
Yeah, you already know. Chiefs side of the ball, you're starting up Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, Tyreek Hill. Running backs now. Clyde Edwards-Helaire probably not going to be playing in this game. You got Le'Veon Bell there as your next up option, and Darrell Williams.
Yeah, I have a waiver claim in for Le'Veon Bell in the family league, and I may be plugging him into one of the many flex spots that we have.
If you are
in that
running
league.
back needy, Le'Veon Bell, and if he's available, Le'Veon Bell is an option for you. But I will just say this. The Chiefs have proven all season long they don't need to run the ball, and they haven't really been running the ball like they have in the past. Andy Reid this year, for some reason, has put all of his chips on Pat Mahomes and just says, throw it.
For good reason.
Very good reason. Don't get me wrong. But years past, Andy Reid has had a good, a balanced attack.
Yeah.
A good balanced attack. He's mixed in plenty of runs with lots of passes for big point potential. But this year it has just been they gave Mahomes all that money and they don't need to. So the
Falcons have a pretty good rushing defense too, so
they do. So just something to consider
secondary.
if you're going to be firing up Le'Veon. So he should get most of the work, but if you got a better option than Le'Veon out there, go with that.
Yeah. Any other pass catchers there for the Chiefs are all just like blind dart throws.
Yeah.
I mean, we saw Mecole Hardman have the crazy cool catch in the back corner of the end zone there. But again, that's just kind of one of those things of if you feel lucky and you plug in like a Sammy Watkins, Mecole Hardman, then you're just hoping for a deep bomb touchdown to make up points in your flex.
I would choose not to.
Yeah, it's hard to choose which one to do that with. Craziness. All right, we've got Carolina Panthers going up against the Washington football team. And, man, I say temper expectations for your Panthers. Washington defense, stout.
They've been balling out.
They have been balling out. Darn near beat the Seahawks this last week. That D-line there, Chase Young leading the way, man.
It's nasty.
Stellar. So I'm staying away from Teddy Bridgewater if I can. Man. I don't know about Robbie Anderson. Kind of not feeling great about it, and try to find another play if you can.
Yeah, I mean between the two, DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, I'm very much more DJ Moore at this point than Robbie Anderson.
Have we seen the shift from Robbie to DJ now at this point, where DJ Moore is kind of the number one guy there?
We might have.
I'll be starting DJ Moore up in a couple of leagues, so I say start DJ Moore. Curtis Samuel,
Flex play.
Yeah, flex play there.
I would put him in the same category as Robbie Anderson at this point. Robbie Anderson
Yeah.
used to kind of be like a safe wide receiver 3, wide receiver 2 upside, but now he's kind of fallen into the flex category. So just really hasn't done a whole lot since the beginning of the year. I mean, he's been very, very consistent, but like very mediocre consistent.
Right.
So,
yeah, I guess deep flex plays if you need one there, then if you're in the championship, you likely relied on them at various points of the season to get you there. Mm-hmm. So you might have to.
I just got a little update here. Just a little interruption. Derek Carr practiced on a limited basis for the Raiders today.
Oh, wow.
No word on his status for the game. And then Henry Ruggs expected back in the building by the end of the week. Status for the game up in the air. So I don't know if they would start Ruggs with no practice all week long or not, but we'll see.
Yeah, just keep an eye on that. Wow, Derek Carr doesn't want to lose his job, so
I bet he's doing everything he can to get into this game.
I can't let Mariota have another good game.
I got to get in here.
I can't let him.
I will say this: if Derek Carr does play, that is a lot. That is a boon for Nelson Aguilar.
All right, okay. I hear that.
A little better rapport, I would assume, than Mariota and Aguilar, but who knows?
Carolina hopes to have Christian McCaffrey practice on Wednesday, and McCaffrey has stated multiple times that he wants to be back this season. So
he wants to play.
Pay attention to Wednesday practice reports. If McCaffrey is practicing and if McCaffrey is going to play, you play McCaffrey. And for Deadeye Dynasty, please, McCaffrey. I don't care if it's the Washington D-line, whatever. It's Christian McCaffrey.
Yeah, I don't give one rip.
And in all the games that he's played this season, he's done what McCaffrey does, and that's be the running back one. Mm-hmm. So, if McCaffrey plays, you play McCaffrey. If McCaffrey doesn't play, I think you still play Mike Davis, but just hope that he doesn't hit his floor and he hits his ceiling. Mm-hmm. His floor is anywhere from about like 8 to 10 fantasy points from what we've seen. So you just hope for that ceiling, but expect a floor of 8 to 10 points there. Washington side of the ball is, I don't know if Alex Smith is going to be back. They did say that Rivera did say that Alex Smith is our starting quarterback because apparently he was asked about Dwayne Haskins. Mm-hmm. He said if Alex can play, he's our starting quarterback.
By the way, I did see an update this morning. Apparently, Dwayne Haskins was spotted at a gentleman's club without a mask on the other night. Like photos of him, he was there.
Oh, really?
And the Washington football team has already come out with a statement saying they are dealing with the situation. So,
oh man, they
may be without Haskins, so they may need Alex Smith ASAP if they can.
Yeah. Holy cow.
And if Smith isn't available, I don't know who's third string there.
I'm not sure. They probably have a practice squad guy. I'm not sure, though. Logan Thomas would be the emergency quarterback.
Hey, I wouldn't mind it. I mean,
there's worse options.
Yeah. I mean, why not?
You could have Kendall Hinton.
I would much rather have Logan Thomas and Kendall Hinton.
All love to Kendall Hinton. Denver Broncos fans, we appreciate you, but there are worse options out there than Logan Thomas to be your emergency quarterback, as he was drafted as a quarterback.
Mm-hmm. So definitely keep an eye on that with the whole Haskins situation.
Okay.
Hopefully Alex Smith can go.
If either Haskins or Alex Smith are the starting quarterback, I'll start J.D. McKissick. He proved us wrong. He proved a lot of people wrong, even with Haskins in there.
He can get it done.
That's what was worried about, was Haskins being the starting quarterback with McKissick. But, hey, he did his thing. We trusted him in Deadeye Dynasty, thankfully.
Yes. Do you start McKissick with Antonio Gibson if he comes back this week? It sounds like towards the end of the week he was trying to get some individual work in.
Yeah.
So there is an outside chance that Gibson could be back this week.
I think you trust McKissick anyway.
Me personally, I'm still trusting him.
Yeah, even if Gibson plays, I don't imagine he's going to have a full workload those turf toe injuries are pesky, man. And just one re-aggravation could just knock him out, or he may just be limited too. So I think you continue to trust McKissick this week. Terry McLaurin kind of came on at the end of the game there. Ended up with like 7 for 77, I believe. So kind of came back to what McLaurin does. But, I mean, I guess in a flex spot, you could start McLaurin.
Are you starting McLaurin?
Okay.
Are you feeling good about McLaurin if a third-string quarterback's starting?
No, absolutely not.
Bench him?
Yeah, no, bench McLaurin if a third-string quarterback's in there. If Logan
Championship
Thomas
week.
is in there.
You're going to put McLaurin on the bench. Man, that's gross.
I would, yeah. I mean, I would if...
How about this? How about McLaurin or Curtis Samuel?
Oh, with McLaurin with a third-string quarterback?
With a third-string quarterback.
Oh, boy. Go Curtis Samuel.
McLaurin or Robbie Anderson?
Oh, I think I'm just trusting the Panthers wide receivers over McLaurin.
All of them?
Yeah, in that instance.
Man.
With a third stringer, man, or an emergency.
McLaurin or any Giants wide receiver?
Ooh, McLaurin.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Just wanted to see where you were on that. All right. There you go.
Definitely McLaurin there.
Okay. McLaurin or any Cardinals wide receiver outside of DeAndre Hopkins?
Yeah, McLaurin. Yeah, I'd go McLaurin there.
Okay.
For sure.
So there is a line.
There is a line.
Okay.
Logan Thomas, if...
I think you can just fire
Logan,
him up.
You
Anyway,
can fire up Logan Thomas.
It doesn't matter who's out there.
Yeah,
he's going to be
fire
the
up Logan
safety
Thomas in the tight end spot. If Logan Thomas is an emergency quarterback,
Oh,
you
yeah.
fire him up in the tight end spot.
Yes.
For sure. All right. And I think that's about it.
All right.
There.
Next matchup, we got the Cleveland Browns going up against the New York one-win Jets.
Oh my God.
Way to go, Jets. You can't even be successful at losing.
Adam Gase can't even tank for Trevor Lawrence right, man.
Oh, my goodness.
Dude, this guy...
Oh.
Why are you an NFL head coach? Why?
Can't answer that one for you.
And what were the Rams doing?
I don't
That was
know.
disgusting.
I think that's a case of Sean McVay outsmarting himself again.
I wonder if
I
they
think he
even
McVayed
prepared.
himself.
I wonder if they even prepared for that game.
Maybe they just looked right on by it and said,
we see that all the time. I
Yeah.
mean,
they just didn't. Maybe they didn't even watch film. They're just like, don't worry about it.
I wonder if they just started game planning for the Seahawks and just said, you know what, we'll go out, we'll use this against the Jets.
This is our second bye week.
Yeah.
That is entirely
That's kind of what
possible.
it feels like.
That is entirely possible, knowing that Week 16 was going to be a huge NFC West implication game.
Do you think that Adam
Now
Gase,
that you brought that up, I honestly believe that's what happened.
Oh, absolutely.
I think you're right.
I couldn't help but think that watching that game. I was like, dude, they didn't even prepare for this game. Like, they just were like, it's the Jets, whatever. I think Adam Gase wanted to lose this game, but I think Sam Darnold might have rallied the troops and been like, you guys, I got to keep my job. And I think the player, and this is all speculation, this is all narrative, this is just me, like, just,
if that was the case,
just
you
pooping
think
on Adam Gase.
if Sam Darnold is benched this week, 100% that's what happened.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
If he's benched this week, 100%.
Keep an eye out for that.
1,000%.
I think the players show more loyalty to Sam Darnold than they did Gase in this instance. I think Gase is over there just like, are you kidding me? Why are we winning? And Sam Darnold's like, you guys, we have to win this game. I
Can't
do
let
not
Trevor
want.
Lawrence take my
I don't
job.
want to be replaced.
Oh
I
my
want to
gosh,
continue
dude.
starting. I'm just saying.
And the conspiracies begin.
I'm just saying that I'm going full on narrative streak for this game, but I'm convinced 100% that's exactly how it went down.
Oh, man.
On both sides. Anyway, the Jets. Don't start Jets.
Jamison Crowder is probably the only one I would start.
Yeah.
Sam
Darnold.
Darnold and Crowder do have a good connection.
Yeah, they do. They do for sure. So
Frank Gore is getting volume, but
He
it's
is.
just an uninspiring volume. He fell into the end zone this week. That's what got points. So just I don't want to trust Frank Gore in my Week 16 championship matchup.
The Browns' defense is susceptible at times. I mean, Chris Herndon, man. He did something.
Yeah, don't.
I'm not
Just
trusting
don't.
any of it. Nope. Browns side of the ball. Holy cow. Cleveland Browns could win the AFC North.
It's wild. It's wild.
Like,
This is what we thought 2 years ago with the Browns.
go Browns. Let's go. Oh, man.
Closet Brown fandom showing, Ben. Your orange.
I already told you I'm owning it because you guys keep throwing it at me. Let's go, Browns. Your fans deserve it.
It's because it's true.
Let's beat the Steelers after this week in week 17 and take the AFC North.
Oh, my gosh.
Cleveland Browns, baby. Woo!
Who are you starting on the Cleveland Browns?
Nick Chubb,
Oh,
Kareem
yeah.
Hunt,
Oh, yeah.
Baker Mayfield.
He's been playing well as of late.
Yeah, I mean, you look at his last few weeks, man, and it's been 20 plus points in all 4 of those weeks. It's been 20 plus fantasy points. It's been 30 plus in 2 of those.
That it has. I mean, he's
getting it done, and like we talked about on the last episode, without Odell, it just opens things up for Baker Mayfield. That offensive line is playing phenomenally too. Like, they have been stellar. They were showing a clip of them blocking the Giants defensive line there, and he just had so much time, able to stand back in the pocket.
Last 3 week point totals: 28 points against the Titans, 30 against the Ravens, and 20 against the Giants. So
yeah,
he's on a roll.
He is on a roll, and he, like we said, with decent weather, he's been playing outstanding. That run game with Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt just helps to open things up, and that offensive line again is stellar. So Browns getting it done. Good for all you Browns fans that have been Browns fans for however long. You know.
Oh yeah,
it's good to see.
Who are we starting with pass catchers?
Oh man, all of them.
Ooh.
Well, I don't know about all of them. Let's say Jarvis Landry. I think you can feel pretty good about Rashard Higgins too. I mean, he's kind of the deep play threat there.
He's been getting some
And
looks.
he's getting, you pulled it up, and he was getting like 9 targets, 10 targets, 5 targets the last 3 weeks. And, without Odell there, Baker doesn't feel like he really has to force it to any one guy. And he's finding the open man. Rashard Higgins has been kind of a go-to. He's a reliable player, man. He's a reliable pass catcher.
Terry McLaurin with a third string quarterback or Rashard Higgins?
Oh, man. Ooh, that's a good question. Oh, man. Oh, dude. I might go Rashard Higgins there.
Scary.
I think I would
you
go
might be
Rashard
right.
Higgins.
I think you might
in
be
that
right.
instance, dude. I think against the Jets. I mean, if there's one strong point of the Jets defense, it's the run game. So, Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt still gonna do their thing going up against this Jets defense. There's don't get me wrong, they're still gonna get it done, but I think there's gonna be good point potential here for Baker, Jarvis, Rashard Higgins, and potentially even Austin Hooper.
Yep. Start Austin Hooper in your tight end spot if you can.
Wow. Yeah, Rashard Higgins over Terry McLaurin. If there's a third string quarterback in there, for sure.
Yes.
I mean, what about McLaurin with Alex Smith, man?
I'm starting McLaurin with Alex Smith if that's the case, because
he hasn't been getting it done with Alex Smith, though.
I know, but it's just I can't do it at that point. If it's a third string quarterback, I would start Rashard over McLaurin. But if it's Alex Smith is a smart veteran.
He is.
So he knows he can.
He knows who his playmakers are.
He knows who Terry McLaurin is, so he will get him the ball some way, somehow.
It's fair. Jarvis Landry over McLaurin?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Right now? Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Next matchup. Bears at the Jaguars. On the Chicago Bears side, David Montgomery. Holy cow.
Oh.
Guy's on a roll lately, so keep firing him up with confidence.
Wow. David Montgomery has been on fire.
Allen Robinson, you're starting him.
Yep.
For sure. Mitch Trubisky, underwhelmed last week, but he could be a streaming option going up against the Jaguars.
Mm-hmm. And now that they know that they likely have Trevor Lawrence.
Oh, yeah. Jaguars might just
in hand.
Full on lay down and wave the white flag.
They're just going to – the defense is just going to sit down.
They're just –
go ahead, guys. Just go ahead.
You let every wide receiver pass you. So Trubisky could have some excellent looks out there.
I think so.
Anyone else on the Bears? Komet, he's a tight end dart throw.
Yeah.
He's touchdown or bust.
I in the family league, my family league, it's a 2 tight end. We've got 2 tight end spots. I'm starting Cole Komet up in 1 spot. So it's him and Mark Andrews that I have starting.
Darnell Mooney, desperation flex throw, dart throw.
Yeah. Man, I pivoted off him in a couple leagues this last week because
not really confident in him though. Jaguars side of the ball. I didn't catch this in the injury news, but James Robinson looked like he got banged up at the end of the game and may possibly miss week 16. So,
man,
not looking.
That's rough if you've been relying on James Anderson or James Robinson.
Yeah,
all day or all season long.
Yeah. So keep an eye on that one. If Robinson does not go, I will expect a somewhat timeshare between a Zigbo and they have a Goombawale there. So I have no idea who's going to get the lion's share of the carry. We'll see if Doug Marrone comes out and says anything. But, man, I don't know if I want to trust anyone.
I wouldn't trust either of those guys against the Bears defense. And honestly, I mean, even if James Robinson plays, you probably have to kind of lower expectations and expect more of a floor from James Robinson. I mean, you're not sitting him if he plays, but that's, to help you make some lineup decisions. I'd expect more of a floor from him if he plays, and then you might have to look for a boom play elsewhere.
Jaguars may have to throw a lot more, I'll say that. So Gardner Minshew could be a sneaky flex option, and DJ Chark, maybe. Chark, Chenault, kind of some people there that might be in consideration. DJ Chark or Terry McLaurin, third-string quarterback.
Going up against Chicago, I might go McLaurin, man. I'm not feeling great about DJ Chark in this one.
I think I might go DJ Chark, especially if James Robinson's out. I think the Jaguars might have to throw a lot.
Yeah, that is a good point. If James Robinson's out, then, I mean, you just got to try and get the ball to your playmakers.
Yep.
And Chark's your number one playmaker there outside of Robinson. So, yeah. Oh, man. That's just...
I'm not inspired, with 100% confidence, but I think
absolutely
I think at that
not.
point I would go Chark.
Yeah, I just don't have a good feeling about Chark in this game. If James Robinson doesn't play, I feel better about him, just because I think they're going to have to force it to him. But yeah.
All right, that's all for that matchup I got.
All right, Cincinnati Bengals. Taking on the Houston Texans. Bengals beating the Steelers. What is going on in Pittsburgh?
Oh, my gosh.
On the schneid, man. The 11-2.
The schneid?
The schneid, man.
What?
The 11-2 Pittsburgh Steelers lose to the 2-10-1 Bengals with Ryan Finley at quarterback, who threw for 86 yards in that game.
Dude, Steelers look terrible right now.
And there were 2 viable fantasy options in that game, and one was Giovanni Bernard, the other was Deontay Johnson, and that was about it.
That's it.
The Steelers are on the downward slide. The Browns are going to beat them for the AFC North.
Oh my goodness.
I'm seeing it coming, man.
You're calling it?
I'm calling it.
Right.
I'm calling the shot right now. Do you think the Steelers get it figured out? It's bad right now, dude. I think Roethlisberger is hurt.
Oh, I think he is too. I think that knee injury that he's been brushing off as of late, these last couple weeks, I think it's definitely affecting him.
Yeah, we talked about that last episode.
I think it's affecting his accuracy and his accuracy and his throwing power. His
for sure
what he's got
behind
the ball.
Honestly, he just looked bad. He was just throwing into heavy coverage all night long. in that game last night. And that one pick to I can't remember the linebacker's name, but I believe he was targeting Juju across the middle, and it looked like he just threw it directly to the Bengals linebacker.
Yep.
Like it was just trash.
He didn't have any power behind that throw, man.
The play that Ebron got hurt, he was running like a deep out or something, and it was like it was either double or triple coverage on Ebron. Throws it out to Ebron. Meanwhile, Chase Claypool's shooting up wide open on the post to the middle. And I know you were praising God for that one.
Yes.
But it's just ugly.
I think the injury, I think he's hurt and he's trying to play through this injury. And when people are getting pressure on him, he is going through his checks really fast, and he's getting it out of his hand as quick as he can. Because he doesn't want to further his injury.
Well, and they have a 0 run game.
Yeah, that hurts.
0 run game. Man, and I just got to say this. I love Juju Smith-Schuster, but dude has to stop dancing on the opposing team's logo in the middle of the field pregame.
Yeah, you can't do that.
You go out and you get 3 catches for 15 yards and a fumble after going and dancing disrespectfully on the opposing team's logo. Yeah. Dude, they shut you down.
Yeah.
They shut you down. So stop, Juju, please.
Yeah, you got to.
No more of that. Mm-hmm. No more of that. Let's get humble. You guys have been put in your place 3 weeks in a row. Steelers. Ugh. All right. We digress. Bengals Texans here. Man, do you trust Giovanni Bernard going up against this terrible Houston rushing defense after what you saw from him against the Steelers last night?
Oh, yeah. As long as Joe Mixon's out, I'm starting up Gio.
You think so?
I would.
Gio, the week before, had a tasty matchup against the Lions and heavily disappointed. Heavily disappointed. I mean, he's like all they have right now.
With the running back landscape as it is right now, if somebody can show me that they can do it, which Gio showed you he can do it last night, they're always an option, I think.
Yeah.
Anyone that shows you that they can get it done, a 20-plus point effort, they're an option. And I think with that matchup, you got to stay the formula on that one.
I'm with you.
Stay the process.
I just wanted to play some devil's advocate there. Mm-hmm. But yeah.
That is as long as Joe Mixon's out. We have heard that Mixon wants to come back, but the organization does not want to bring him back to further jeopardize missing even more time in the future.
Yeah. I personally don't want to play any other Bengals in this. I mean, the Texans defense isn't great, but
T. Higgins, maybe?
I guess if you need like a desperate volume flex play, I guess. But Ryan Finley threw for 86 yards.
Tyler Boyd?
Last night.
I know Tyler Boyd went out early. That could have thrown off his mojo.
Yeah, and that's a couple weeks in a row, right? Or no, he got ejected the week before. That's what it was. So, yeah, he did. He did get I'm not playing Tyler Boyd in any league that I'm going for anything in.
If he's deemed active, I could see playing. I would play Boyd over Higgins in a flex if I had to.
Yeah?
I would.
Over T. Higgins?
Over T. Higgins.
Not
yes.
Rashard Higgins?
T.
What about Rashard Higgins?
Ooh, Boyd over Rashard?
I'd go Rashard.
Browns against the Jets. Oh, my God.
Yeah, I'd go Rashard Higgins. Over any Cincinnati pass catcher, I would.
Oh, man. I think I'd go Boyd still. I think the Texans will be able to score on the Bengals.
I think so, too.
So I think this has sneaky shootout potential. So I think Finley's going to have to throw. I don't think they threw it near as much because they were in the lead last night against the Steelers from the get-go.
That's a very good point.
And they just sat on it.
That's true.
So I think Finley will have to throw more against the Texans.
Yeah,
I'm going Boyd against Rashard Higgins.
If I'm in a championship game and I got any Bengals, I just have a hard time trusting them. I'm not playing Tyler Boyd in my family league championship. I'm not going to do that. But I got some better pivot options.
Okay, all right.
You go Brandon Cooks or Tyler Boyd?
Brandon Cooks.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
Brandon Cooks or Rashard Higgins?
No. I think I go Cooks there. I lean Cooks there.
I'm going Cooks. He has a very safe floor with the potential for a touchdown on top of it at any point. So I mean, Rashard Higgins, the last few weeks is kind of same story. So
Let me see here. Let me pull something up for you. Let's see if we can get a good question. Another good question on Boyd here. Nelson Aguilar or Tyler Boyd?
ooh,
Right?
Man.
So this is really deep. Like I said, we got really, really deep starting rosters in my family league. We got 4 wide receiver spots. I got Brandon Cooks, DJ Moore, Nelson Aguilar, and Robert Woods in there right now.
They're playing the Dolphins.
And then we have 3 flex spots as well.
Is Xavier Howard, is he hurt? Or what was up with him?
Xavier Howard. I'm not sure what's going on with him.
Because the Dolphins have 2 pretty stellar corners in Byron Jones and Xavier Howard. So that's something that I should probably take into consideration as well.
I don't think I've heard of Xavier Howard really being injured, but I don't know. I could be wrong.
It's that is one thing. Oh, here's a practice report for the Dolphins. Xavier Howard's shoulder was a full practice today. So.
Okay.
And then it doesn't look like Byron Jones he must be healthy. So that's something to possibly take into consideration as well. Man, I don't know.
I think I'm going to stick with Aguilar in that instance, but I got Mike Williams down there. Mike Williams over Tyler Boyd or Tyler Boyd?
I'd go Tyler Boyd. Unless Keenan Allen is deemed out, then I'd go Mike Williams.
About CeeDee Lamb or Darnell Mooney?
Ooh, gross. Gross on both.
Yeah. I don't know. Like I said, I'm just not really feeling good about any Cincinnati Bengal pass catchers here. All right. Texans side, Deshaun Watson, start him up. David Johnson, leading receiver for the Houston Texans.
Yeah.
11 catches for 100 plus yards. Wow.
Colts were getting after him, and I think the reason for all that volume was that defensive line for the Colts is real. Yeah. So I think they had to check down to him quite a bit. For sure.
I think you feel good about starting David Johnson, though. Start Brandon Cooks.
Yep.
Kiki QT.
Could be a flex play.
Yeah, he's been pretty stellar. Is it Chad Hansen?
Yes, it is Chad Hansen.
It's not Chaz Hansen.
Chaz Hansen.
It's not Chaz Hansen.
Chad Hansen.
So Chad Hansen outsnapped Kiki QT, but Kiki QT got more targets and the touchdown this last week.
Yes, and
Hansen got a touchdown, didn't he?
He did. It was wide open.
Yeah, he was wide open.
It was like that Will Fuller play from a few weeks ago.
Standing on the other side.
On the other side of the entire play, and nobody followed him apparently.
Anyway, Kiki QT as a flex. I like that there. I don't know about Chad Hansen with Brandon Cooks back. Not feeling great about it. All right, next one.
Next one, we got Colts at the Steelers. On the Colts side of the ball, Jonathan Taylor, man, keep riding the train. He is just destroying people, even against this Steelers defense.
Oh, we saw what Giovanni Bernard did to him.
Yeah, Jonathan Taylor. T.Y. Hilton, you starting him? He kind of had an underwhelming performance against the Texans, which...
Yeah, he had that deep, 50-yard reception he got dragged down on the 1 or 2 yard line that could have really changed the perception of his game this last week. He ended up having a decent fantasy day. He's getting the target volume, man. I think you could trust T.Y.
I think I'd start T.Y. still.
I think you could trust T.Y.
No other pass catchers really that I'm starting. Naheem Hines, I'm probably not starting him. With Jonathan Taylor playing so well, they've been going. They're rolling him out.
Yeah, it's JT time, man.
Hines gets some key touches here and there, and I mean he's always an option for a sneaky touchdown, but you just don't want to bank on that in your championship week.
No.
Steelers side of the ball, man.
Deontay Johnson.
That's about it that I'm confident in starting.
And against this Colts defense too, man.
Roethlisberger, if you got a better quarterback option, I'm pivoting away from Roethlisberger. Claypool, no.
Juju,
no. Gosh, man, no.
Ebron's likely not going to be out there.
Yeah.
So
if he is, I mean, he's touchdown or bust tight end. None of the running backs for the Steelers.
No.
Just stay away.
No, it's ugly right now. And just from what you've seen the last 3 weeks, you just can't trust it. And that's not something I want to rely on in my championship game.
No, not at all.
Deontay Johnson's about the only one.
Yep.
So he easily looked like the best receiver on that team last night. All right, next one we got Denver Broncos. My Denver Broncos taking on the Los Angeles Chargers here. And, oh, man, Broncos got embarrassed by the Buffalo Bills. Which Drew Lock is going to show up? I can't answer.
It's Jekyll and Hyde.
Which Drew Lock is going to show up here? Chargers, the Buffalo Bills defense has been coming on as of late. They've been pretty good. Chargers defense, not great. So I think you can feel okay about Noah Fant. We actually saw him do pretty well against the Bills. He might be back, and now that I think he's feeling a little healthier, kind of back to his normal self, there's obviously a connection between Drew Lock and Fant. So I think you can feel okay about Noah Fant. Tim Patrick,
he's probably the one wide receiver on the Broncos that I feel halfway confident about.
Yeah, I in a flex spot maybe, if you don't really have anybody else, then I think you can feel pretty good starting Tim Patrick up there.
Jerry Jeudy, desperation flex play.
Yeah, that's just if you are hoping for a big game from him, and if there's not much on waivers or much that you can plug in for him if he suffered some injuries this last week. Not confident in starting Drew Lock up.
Running backs?
Like I said, you just don't know. Start Melvin Gordon up.
Revenge game
going against the Chargers. We saw him get it done against the Bills. Granted, one was kind of a late garbage time rush into the end zone there. But, he's getting the work right now. Phillip Lindsay's just been banged up all season. Yep. I'm not trusting Phillip Lindsay at all. So start Melvin Gordon. Charger side of the ball, start Austin Eckler, start Justin Herbert, start Hunter Henry. If Keenan Allen plays, I think you have to start him. But just keep an eye on that.
If Keenan Allen does not play.
If Mike Williams has a good week of practice and Keenan Allen doesn't play, then I think you can feel pretty good about starting Mike Williams. Mm-hmm. But it's rough, man. It's rough because he is he's just one guy that he's likely to go out there and get hurt at any given point.
And he gets hurt a lot. He lands hard, and you could have.
I love the way he plays, but it scares me.
Yeah, you could have 2 series from him, and then he is out. So,
if neither of them play, Tyron Johnson and Jalen Guyton, I think you can feel actually pretty decent about starting either of those guys in a flex spot.
If Allen doesn't play, how do you feel about Tyron Johnson?
I think you feel okay about Tyron Johnson. I think even with Mike Williams out there, actually, I think you feel pretty good about Tyron Johnson. The guy's been getting looks and he's been getting touchdowns the past few weeks with these guys banged up. So
Tyron Johnson without Allen or Tyler Boyd?
Tyron Johnson for me.
Nelson Aguilar?
Oh, man. I might go Tyron Johnson.
I think I do too.
Yeah, I might go Tyron Johnson.
Terry McLaurin.
I think I go Tyron Johnson there too. Yeah.
Rashard Higgins.
Oh man, I
think I go Tyron Johnson.
I do too. Yeah, I probably go Tyron Johnson.
Because they're looking for Johnson.
Allen.
Yeah, without Keenan Allen. Because they are looking for Johnson.
Put that stipulation in there.
Yeah. So
if Keenan Allen's in there, I'd probably take the other guys. But we'll see. If it's Keenan Allen burned so many people this last week.
He did.
Anyway, I think that's it for that game.
Next matchup, we got the Eagles going up against the Cowboys.
I didn't say Austin Eckler, but start Austin Eckler.
I think you did.
Oh, did I?
It was really
okay.
quick.
Start Austin Eckler. Anyway.
Championship week, people, start Austin Eckler.
Yeah. Okay.
Eagles going up against the Cowboys. Big time NFC East.
Dude, all these teams, all 4 of these teams.
Nobody wants to win it.
They're right. Nobody wants to win it, but they all want to win it.
Yes.
Yes. This is gross. I wish Denver was in the NFC East.
So does everybody.
I know.
So does everybody. Eagles side of the ball, Jalen Hurts. Holy cow. Just fire him up. The guy's been on,
Dude, 400 yards and 4 touchdowns.
Yep. I think you can.
Jalen Hurts is going to be a league winner.
Most definitely. He's that.
Fire and against the Cowboys.
Smash start.
Fire him up.
Smash start.
I'm going to put in a claim for him in my family league right now.
I would do that real fast.
Yeah, I'm doing that right now.
Anyways,
I don't know why I didn't.
Miles Sanders looks like they're getting some carries back to him, and I think Jalen Hurts, with the RPO option, it's starting to help open up some run lanes for Sanders. So start up Sanders. Pass catchers for the Eagles. Only one that I might feel halfway confident about is Dallas Goedert, just because of the tight end landscape. None of the wide receivers, really. I don't feel confident in any of the wide receivers.
No.
I just wouldn't want to.
Greg Ward got it done, though.
I know, but I just championship week, really.
Greg Ward. Greg Ward did some stuff for me in DFS this last week.
You gonna start Greg Ward in your championship lineup?
Probably not.
Okay.
Probably not.
Probably not. Cowboys side of the ball. If Ezekiel Elliott does not play, you are starting Tony Pollard against the Eagles. If Ezekiel Elliott is deemed active, I would still consider Tony Pollard in a flex spot because I don't think they will give Zeke all of the carry. I think Pollard's still going to get 10-plus looks at minimum.
Pollard Express coming to deliver the hot chocolate and toys.
And pass catchers for the Cowboys. Amari Cooper's the only one I feel halfway decent about.
Down week this last week, but yeah, I think if you have Amari Cooper, you just kind of have to fire him in there.
He may receive the shadow treatment from Darius Slay, too.
That's true.
That's something to consider.
That is true, but, I mean, you're going to sit Amari Cooper? I mean...
No, not. I mean, if you probably don't have better options.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So,
I got a question for you.
Okay.
Okay. And there might be several people dealing with this.
Okay.
Jalen Hurts here against the Cowboys or Lamar Jackson against the Giants? Lamar Jackson coming on.
Jalen Hurts.
Think so?
Yep, I would. The Giants, we've talked about it. They got a sneaky defense.
That's true.
They've been playing well.
That's true.
And I see more point total in the Eagles-Cowboys game than I do in the Ravens-Giants game.
Do you play both Tannehill and Aaron Rodgers over Lamar Jackson? They're playing each other.
Oh, yeah.
Do you play Jalen Hurts over either Tannehill or Aaron Rodgers?
Ooh, boy. Oh, boy, oh, boy, oh, boy. That. I think if I had to play Hurts over one of those two, it would be Tannehill.
Baker Mayfield put up a good number against the Giants.
He did.
Do you go Jalen Hurts over Baker Mayfield against the Jets?
Oh, yeah. I would. Just because of
Baker
Jalen
Mayfield
Hurts
over Lamar Jackson.
Oh, my gosh,
against the Giants.
No, Baker Mayfield.
Over Lamar Jackson?
Over Lamar.
So you're telling me I need to go in here and I need to pick up Baker Mayfield and Jalen Hurts in my family league and play one of them over Lamar Jackson?
I would play Jalen Hurts over Lamar Jackson.
I play Jalen Hurts over Tannehill. Do I play Baker Mayfield over Tannehill?
Me personally, so with the Titans-Packers
game. This is what we're here for, people, bringing you the deep dives.
With the Titans-Packers game, I think if you play Jalen Hurts over either Rodgers or Tannehill, whichever one that you don't feel the most, the least amount of security with, I think you're hedging your bet a little bit, because if something happens in that Titans-Packers game, like if there's bad weather or it's just like a slugfest where none of the offenses are getting on there, then you just shot yourself in the foot 2 times in that game.
Both those.
Now with splitting it up a little bit, you have potential to salvage a little bit of that if it doesn't turn out into a shootout like we think it will. I think you are halfway hedging your bet.
Okay.
I would start Ertz over Tannehill, personally. I would start Ertz over Lamar.
Okay. Baker over Lamar?
I would start Baker over Lamar at this point.
Baker over Tannehill.
Tannehill.
Okay, that's all I need to know. If you can pull anything out of that...
That was a whirlwind of questions right there.
If you can pull anything out of that helps you make a quarterback decision, family league, for context here, 2 quarterback spots and a super flex spot, and this is questions that I actually have going into my championship here. So, but if you can pull anything out of that for even a single quarterback league, you're welcome.
Get Jalen. Here are
Just
people,
have Jalen Hurts.
Here are people that I am not starting Jalen Hurts over. Pat Mahomes.
Yeah.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Wild, dude.
I think that's. I mean, he's on fire.
You're not. I mean, you're not wrong. Josh Allen.
Against the Patriots?
Yeah.
I would start Jalen Hurts over Josh Allen.
Okay. Tom Brady.
Yes.
Okay.
He gets more of a rushing floor.
Oh my goodness, people.
That rushing floor is...
Jalen Hurts going to be a league winner. You heard it here.
I'm telling you.
It's happening.
Get him in.
I like it.
I like it. There is a world where Jalen Hurts has a rookie game, a rookie quarterback game, but against the Cowboys defense, are we really scared, people? Are we really that scared?
No. I'm going to put in a claim for Baker Mayfield here too.
Oh my gosh. Anyways.
Okay. CeeDee Lamb or Michael Gallup?
No, neither of them.
All right.
Do you want me to take this next one while you're putting in claims?
Yeah, you take this next one.
Okay, I can do that. All right, next matchup. We got the Rams going against the Seahawks. Big time NFC West matchup here. Big time playoff implications. Who could win the NFC West division? Seahawks have a 1-game lead over the Rams, with the Rams floundering against the Jets. On the Rams side of the ball, we kind of talked about the running back situation with Cam Akers out. Start Darrell Henderson if you can. He would be the running back for the Rams that I would start. Your wide receivers, Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods, you probably don't have better options. I'm starting both of them if I can. Jared Goff, I would pivot away from if I was able to. Seahawks defense has actually been playing a lot better as of late. Gerald Everett did have an injury during the game. If Gerald Everett is out, I do like Tyler Higbee, especially with the defense playing so well. I think Higbee could be that escape valve for Goff, especially if that that defensive line is getting to Goff quickly. Mm-hmm. And on the Seahawks side of the ball, man, let me tell you something here, folks. As a lifelong Seahawks fan, there is one team that gives the Seahawks just trouble every year, and it is the Rams. Mm-hmm. So, Russell Wilson. Been very underwhelming the last few weeks. I am pivoting away from Russell Wilson if I have a better option.
Jalen Hurts.
100%.
Baker Mayfield.
Yes.
Yep. All right.
Lamar Jackson. Yes. Tannehill. Yes.
Yes.
Rodgers. Yes.
All right.
Josh Allen. Yes.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Tom Brady, yeah.
Yes.
I'm trying to think of one that might be difficult. Trubisky.
Ooh, gosh. No, at that point, I'll take my chances with Russ.
Deshaun Watson. Yeah.
Yes.
I'm not seeing too many other ones here that.
Kirk Cousins.
Oh yeah, that's a tough one.
Kirk Cousins or Drew Brees.
Oh man.
I would start Drew Brees over Russell Wilson.
Yeah, I'd probably go Brees. Oh man.
Kirk Cousins.
How the mighty fall, you know?
It's just, I mean, Russell Wilson could very well just, let me tell you, these NFC West matchups go one of two ways. They're either a low-scoring, just knockout, dragout, or both defenses just completely mis-game planned, and it is a fireworks show. So
Russell Wilson forgot to go grocery shopping. They let him cook, and they let him cook, and they let him cook, and he used up all the ingredients in the kitchen.
He used up his 7-day free trial of DoorDash / Instacart, whatever those meals that show up on your doorstep.
Oh, HelloFresh.
He used his 3-week
all not sponsors, but we are available. Just
just putting that out there.
And he didn't re-up it.
He did not. He just used the free trial.
He cooked and he cooked and he cooked, and it was all delicious, but he never got any more ingredients to cook with. And The cooking is over.
With your championship on the line, Russ Wilson, he will either win it for you or he will lose it for you. That's the scary part about it.
Yes.
So if you have a better, like we just kind of mentioned, ran over right there, if you have one of those options available, I would probably start them over Russell Wilson just because the floor is so low for him. I mean, do you have point totals over there? His last few weeks, point totals?
I can pull them up here.
It's just, I mean, you want my strategy for the championship week, unless I'm going up against Thanos. So there's probably going to be one or two boom picks that I'm going to have to put in to get a huge point total. But the rest of your team, especially in a quarterback position, you want to have a safe floor if you can. You don't want to have a quarterback that can go out there and get you 3 points because you'll have lost the week essentially right then and there.
Yeah. So he was in half. Well, it doesn't really matter that much for quarterbacks, but half PPR, 4 point for passing touchdown, 12 points against Washington, 22 against the Jets. I mean,
that's all right.
They kind of blew out the Jets. Didn't really even need to throw.
That was a revenge game after losing to what was it? The Rams? Or no.
The Giants.
The Giants the week before.
15 points against the Giants, 14 points against the Eagles, 20 points against the Cardinals, 9 against the Rams, 9.92 points against the Rams.
That's another thing that makes me really
10.
nervous for Russell Wilson in this game is the Rams defense. That defensive line with Aaron Donald is no joke, and they give Russell Wilson a headache every time they play, literally and figuratively.
Rams are going to be pissed off too, coming off a loss to the 0 and
I think
13
Russ might
Jets.
have to be running for his life, so that's just something else you need to consider.
Sean McVay was embarrassed.
Yes.
After that, like he
They are gonna be
legitimately
ticked
said
off.
he was embarrassed.
Who are the only people that I am considering on the Seahawks that I am starting 100% confidence?
DK Metcalf, Chris
Carson. That's it.
Yeah.
That is
I'm with
it.
you.
Even Carson, I'm a little hesitant. I'm going to temper expectations because of the Rams line. But
yeah,
Lockett, man,
he's not getting it done, man.
no, he is just. I mean, they're going away from him, and I know you halfway think that. We said this is a possibility. A changing at the guard of the number one wide receiver for the Seahawks could happen this year with DK
And
Metcalf.
It happened.
100% happened.
It has happened.
If you have a better option than Lockett, Terry McLaurin, third string quarterback, or Tyler Lockett. Oh my gosh!
I think I gotta go Lockett.
I think I would too.
I think
just
I gotta
because,
go Lockett there
because there is a world where he has a 40-point game.
Yeah, well, he can do it.
It can happen at any
he can
moment.
Do it. And
McLaurin,
you still have Russell Wilson there throwing to him, but I go Lockett over McLaurin.
Oh man,
Rashard Higgins or Lockett.
If I'm going up against the Thanos, Lockett. If I look like I got a good chance, Higgins.
Okay.
Lockett is much more of a you need a boom.
Tyron Johnson, no Keenan Allen.
Oh, Tyron Johnson.
Okay.
For sure.
Okay. That's what I would do too.
Okay. All right, next matchup.
All right. We've got the Tennessee Titans and the Green Bay Packers taking each other on in Sunday Night Football. And it's a jackpot! We're double dipping the well going back to the Packers here. They disappointed last time, but not this time, taking on the Tennessee Titans, the high-flying, all-powerful Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry going to run roughshod all over these Packers.
Oh, my goodness.
Aaron Jones going to run roughshod all over these Titans.
Oh, yeah.
The quarterback's going to be slinging.
They're going to be
dueling.
Oh, man.
High-efficient powerhouses throwing to their studs, A.J. Brown and Devontae Adams.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Corey Davis.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. Alan Lazard. Not as much of an oh, yeah.
But Valdez Scantling.
Robert Tonyan.
Oh,
yeah. Johnny Smith.
Maybe. Maybe.
Anyway, get a piece of this game. It's going to be a good one.
Valdez-Scantling, another one of those plays. If you were going up against a Thanos,
Yeah.
could get you that bump that you need with a deep touchdown pass from Rodgers.
Yep.
He did nothing this last week, but we've seen
Didn't
this before.
need to.
We've seen this before, though. Goes from nothing to 20-plus points.
And I think the Titans are going to be able to keep up with the Packers in this one. The Panthers were unable to do that.
Yep.
We've seen what the Titans can do. We've seen how good Tannehill's been playing. We know what Derrick Henry is going to do. So, this is going to be a shootout. This is going to be a firefight.
A firefight.
And
in fact,
it's going to be a jackpot.
looking at teams that kind of were able to keep up with the Packers, it seemed Valdez-Scantling has only had a few good boom weeks. Week 1 against the Vikings, 17 points.
Mm-hmm.
After that, nothing, all the way up till San Francisco, 18 points.
Mm-hmm.
Jacksonville, 22 points.
Ooh.
And then the Detroit Lions, which Lions were able to keep pace with the Packers.
Yeah, they were.
17 points.
Yep.
So I think if the Titans can keep up, I think Valdez-Scantling will be a factor.
Yeah.
He's an X factor.
For sure. For sure. So get a piece of this game, people. It's going to be a good one.
Jackpot matchup.
That's right. It's a jackpot.
All right, and our final matchup, the Monday night matchup, the Buffalo Bills going up against the New England Patriots.
Yucky.
Patriots side of the ball.
Yucky.
Make this real simple, folks. You got no Damian Williams. He's hurt. Sony Michel probably going to be the running back. No. Cam Newton? No. Any pass catcher?
Yucky.
No. I don't think I'm starting a single person on the Patriots.
I wouldn't. Yeah.
Buffalo Bills side, Josh Allen. You're starting Josh Allen.
Yup.
The running backs, whichever one that you think that you might have a good feeling on, I know they both had pretty all right weeks, but they were,
they were up. They once it hit the third quarter, and within 3 minutes of the third quarter, the Broncos were out of the game.
Singletary had
done.
a 51-yard touchdown run
At the
so
end
it's
of the game.
Very, very fluky.
It was like in the last 2 minutes.
Yes.
And,
So
just right up the middle and just broke it.
Stephon Diggs, you're starting as long as he's available.
Yep.
Cole Beasley, you're starting as long as he's available. If Stephon Diggs is out, Cole Beasley, start.
Yep.
And Gabriel Davis, consideration.
Yep. For sure.
So might be a lower point total in this game just because I don't necessarily see the Patriots being able to keep pace, but you never know. We'll see.
Changing of the guard here. AFC East.
It's all
champion
part of Belichick's plan.
Bills taking on the Patriots, who are out of playoff contention.
He's getting a quarterback this year.
Well, the good ones will be gone.
Not unless they trade up.
I could try to do that, I suppose.
All right. That's it, man.
That's it.
We made it.
Championship preview. It's a long one, but it's Christmas.
I hope we answered all your questions. I know we are going a long episode this one, but it is championship time. We want to answer some of those hard-hitting questions.
Championship Christmas MEGA-sode for you guys. Get out there.
Next year, we're going to have to start.
Win some
We're going to have to
championships.
try and field some questions, like listener questions, if we can, on the Twitter.
Definitely. We'll
open it up.
We'll keep stepping it up, people. We're kind of slow going, just making our way through this, learning how to go about it all. Got crazy schedules between the two of us and all that, but we'll get it all dialed in and figured out. We've got summer coming up, and be a little bit more available during that time, and be able to get some stuff.
Maybe
done.
some dynasty stuff.
Oh, we'll have a lot of dynasty stuff. Lots of dynasty stuff.
Lots of dynasty.
All right. Well, let's hot prop and lock it, Alex.
Ooh.
Hot prop and lock it from our friends at Thrive Fantasy, giving out all sorts of money when you pick player props and set your lineup with 10 player props from There'll Be a Game on Christmas. Friday Christmas games.
Jingle
Some
jangle.
head-to-heads, some touchdown games, regular over-unders. There's some Saturday games. From the 3 games on Saturday, you can pick your player props from those games. Sunday, always Sunday games. And then Monday, you can get in on Thrive Fantasy any day this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Friday through Monday. So get in there. Download Thrive Fantasy on the App Store, Google Play Store. Visit their website, www.thrivefantasy.com.
Use that chairman code.
That's right. That code chairman or fantasy chairman. Either one works. They'll match up to $50 on your first deposit of $20 or more. Thrive Fantasy. Let's hot prop and lock it. Alex, you gained another one on me this last week.
Just one?
Just one.
Oh, man.
Just one. Matt also gained another one on me. Me and Matt are now tied. Me and the fantasy squatch himself are tied up. And you are ahead of us by quite a bit. And I don't like it. You're at 33, and Matt and I are at 29 now.
Oof.
And in week 15, we had Jonathan Taylor, 78.5 rushing yards. You and I said the over. Matt said the under. You and I were correct.
Oh, yeah.
Jonathan Taylor had 83 rushing yards, I believe. Looked like a man out there. Wayne Gallman, 62.5 rushing plus receiving yards. I was trying to will it into existence, and I said over. You and Matt said under. You guys were correct. I was wrong. Wayne Gallman only had 29 rushing yards, had 0 receiving yards. It was ugly.
It was an ugly game.
Ugly Wayne Gallman.
Ugly
after
game.
He'd been so good. Jared Goff, 24.5 completions. And I thought you and I were going to hit the over on this for sure, especially after the Jets got out to a 17-point lead
Oh, yeah.
on the Rams.
Wrong-o.
He had 22 completions. We said over. Matt said under. Matt was correct. Terry McLaurin, all of us said under on 72.5 receiving yards. He ended up coming on at the end of the game there, ended up with 77 receiving yards. So all of us were incorrect. And this one, I wanted to say the over on McLaurin so bad, but I was just so nervous. And I decided not to.
So close on the Goff and McLaurin ones.
And we were very close. Mark Andrews, 0.5 receiving touchdowns. All three of us said over on that one. And Mark Andrews did indeed get a touchdown.
Oh, yeah.
So there you go. So you guys, you and Matt both got 3 correct. I got 2 correct last week. This week, we're doing a Christmas hot prop and lock it. So this is from only the Christmas game.
Ooh.
This is Minnesota Vikings and New Orleans Saints.
Ooh, okay.
And I'm doing a special Christmas football pick-em type thing with a special gift for whoever wins. I'm not going to say what the gift is because they might hear this episode. But I got a special gift for them. This is for my family.
Oh, for your family. Oh, yeah. Okay. I was like, wait, we're playing for a gift?
No, not us.
Oh, boo.
Sorry.
Boo.
But I might use some of these in this pick'em here. Some of these over-unders.
Okay.
But we've got Merry Christmas, Hot Prop and Lock It right here. I believe you're up first this week. Dalvin Cook, 91.5 rushing yards going up against that Saints defense. 91.5 rushing yards for old Dalvin.
He was much more of a Dalvin this last week.
Yes, he was.
There's
Also an Alvin in this game.
there is.
There's a Dalvin and an Alvin.
Dalvin and Alvin.
Dalvin and Alvin.
Oh, my
If
goodness.
you got them both, I'm starting them both up for sure.
Yes, please.
Dalvin Cook, 91.5 rushing yards against the Saints on Christmas Day.
There we go. Trying to see.
Will you be impish or admirable? It's up to Dalvin.
I'll be admirable. I'm
The
going over.
Belschnickel says admirable.
Oh, man, that should have been our sound snippet. Every time just...
Impish or admirable. I judge you impish.
Dalvin Cook, even with this stout run defenses that he's faced these last 3 weeks, he's been getting it done, man.
I know.
Do you see what he did to the Bears? 132 yards.
I know.
So
I know.
I think going against him, you're a fool if you go against him.
I was really hoping that you would just pick the under here because I can't pick the under here. I'm not going to bet against Dalvin Cook.
Don't be a fool of a took.
I'm going to pick a fool of a took. I'm going over on 91.5 rushing yards for Dalvin Cook. Drew Brees, 275.5 passing yards going up against the Minnesota Vikings defense here. Drew Brees, 275.5 passing yards.
Do you see this being a shootout?
I see a bit of a shootout coming here.
Could be.
I'm going to go with the under on this one, though.
That's exactly what I was thinking in my brain the whole time. Under.
God dang it.
Under. Yeah.
I'm going back to the over.
Are you switching it?
No.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to stick with the under. I think we'll see quite a bit more from...
Alvin Cook. Alvin Cook.
Alvin Cook.
Alvin Kamara can rack up a lot of those screen game yards, those little dump-offs.
Yeah, absolutely he can.
So, yeah, I'm staying under.
I'm thinking 260 for Breeze.
Alvin Cook and Dalvin Kamara.
Dalvin Kamara and Alvin Cook. That's it. Irv Smith Jr., 33.5 receiving yards. Irv Smith.
Any word
Jr.
on is
Rudolph?
Kyle Rudolph out?
I don't know. It's Christmas Day. He better be playing, though. with his with his nose so bright. Needs to go and guide their sleigh that night.
Please.
Not practicing to begin week 16. Ooh. Did not participate in Tuesday's practice. Foot injury for Kyle Rudolph. I don't know. I'm not expecting him to play. But I might. Tyler Conklin was the one with the touchdown this last week against the Bears, though.
He was.
Dang it, Tyler Conklin.
I'm going to say the over.
Ooh.
33.5?
Going 33.5. I'm
going to say the over.
Perfect. I'm going to go under on this one.
Okay.
Emmanuel Sanders, 5.5 receptions going against the Minnesota Vikings here. Emmanuel Sanders, is he going to have a Merry Christmas with over 5.5 receptions? I'm saying under.
I'm saying under as well.
God dang it!
I think it's going to be a lot of Alvin Kamara.
Alvin Cook?
Yes.
All right.
Lots and lots of Alvin.
And because it's a Merry Christmas.
You did a kicker.
Because it's a Merry Christmas.
I think this is some cheap way for you to gain an easy one up on me.
And we're going Dan Bailey, 6.5 points. 6.5 points, Dan Bailey, against the Saints. What say you, sir?
I don't want to do a kicker one. Dan Bailey.
You're going to do a kicker one, Alex, and you're going to like it.
6.5 points.
Yes, sir.
And remind me, Dan Bailey is the kicker for the Vikings?
Yes. Will Lutz is the kicker for the Saints.
That's right.
Dan Bailey, longtime kicker for the Dallas Cowboys. We don't play with kickers in our fantasy leagues anymore, people. We lose track of where they are now.
We do. Oh, barf. No. Yeah.
Do it.
No.
Admirable or impish.
You know what is Christmas? Over.
Oh!
It's Christmas.
Perfect.
You're going under?
Over. I'm going to take the under on Dan Bailey.
I know you put that in there on purpose. God, you were stupid.
Stupid.
That is
stupid
what
boy.
A cheap way to get a
Hey, we do touchdowns like every week. We've got one like touchdown one every week. It's basically the same thing.
You're going to go opposite of me on the kicker one just because you know it is just as
I was pretty much going opposite of you on any of the ones you were going first on except for Dalvin Cook because I just can't go against Dalvin Cook.
God, you do. You know what? I hope it further buries you.
It might, and there's a good chance that it will. But you know what? It's what we're doing. Hot Prop and Locket. Brought to you by Thrive Fantasy. # prop up on Thrive Fantasy this weekend, all weekend long, Friday through Monday. That's it, Alex. We did it. We did our Christmas episode.
Merry Christmas, everybody, and I hope you bring a championship.
We did it. Yes, we did it.
Oh, yeah.
Follow us on social media at Chairman Fantasy. I was listening to the Carol of the
Trans-Siberian
Bells.
Orchestra wrecking your mind.
At Find FF Leagues, at Fantasy Squatch, www.fantasychairman.com, at Fantasy Chairman Pod, on all the other places.
Listen and rate and review us on all the podcast devices, Apple, Spreaker,
All of them.
Spotify, all of them, YouTube.
iHeartRadio. Merry Christmas and good luck in Championship Week.
Get that victory!
Huzzah! Hey, Alex.
What?
So when you're on a boat and you're on like a rocky ocean, and you're drifting out to sea, what's the best way to keep your boat like sturdy and just staying still?
Oars?
No, not even close. You throw out your anchor.
Oh, your anchor. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
You throw out your anchor. You know what I like to do to keep my podcast steady and just sturdy while everything else seems to be rocky and wavy around me?
Not oars, right?
Not oars. It's Anchor again.
Oh, okay.
That's right. Anchor.fm. Let me explain. This app is free, completely free to host your podcast on.
Like 100% free?
100% free. And you get unlimited storage for all your episodes.
Unlimited?
Unlimited.
Unlimited.
As Russell Wilson would say.
Yes.
That's right. It's also got creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or your computer.
Well, I'm all about that.
I know. And it also distributes your podcast for you so it can be heard on the likes of Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all of them.
What's not to like?
It's great. You can even make money from your podcast, Alex.
And we're all about that.
And you don't need minimum listenership. So,
That's
that's a real good thing. It's everything you need to make a podcast all in one place. You need to download the free Anchor app today or go to anchor.fm to get started.
I'm getting right on it right now.
Keep your boat and your podcast sturdy.